Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, it's Friday. Friday crime, a stitch in crime. This is our knitting and crime podcast, and it is knitting tonight. How is everybody? Woohoo! I hope you are all well. I go back up and say hi to everybody. There's Rosie Rindler. Hi, Rosie. There's Pam. Hi, Pam. There's Joan. Laura's here. How's it going? What her doing? Hey, Leanie. She's on the TV, y'all. Oh, there's Shannon. Yay, you made it. Are you at Sarah's? Hi, Sarah. There's Tina. Tina. How are you tonight? There's Mary Webb. Whoop, whoop. Mary Webb's here. Yay. Mandy Moo does crochet too. Well, hi, Mandy Moo. Oh, how cool. I love that. Now, some of the previous videos do you mean the crime stuff? Did you go back and look at some of that? That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Tina's doing a hey, y'all. Janet Burgess is here. How cool. How are you tonight? I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, what's everybody working on? What y'all doing? Oh, the Northern Lights. Weren't they something? I saw some pictures. They were beautiful. Beautiful. Pam's working on scrubby washcloths for the family. Awesome. Now, what makes them scrubby? Which particular product are you using to make them scrubby? There's Stephanie, Lefty Crochets and Mirror Knits. How are you today? Wow. Up near the border. That's cool. Oh, there's Gracie. Hi there. How are you? So glad you're watching tonight. So glad you are here. I hope Adele is well. Please tell her hello for me. I've not heard from her in a little bit, so I know that she still watches, so hello to her too. And to all of you, that reminds me, all of you that are lurking, I'm going to say hi to all y'all. He's so fun. Jolene. A little wobbly today. How are you tonight? And there's Kathy. Kathy, I was thinking about you. You should see my stack of canning jars that I'm going to be getting rid of. Yeah. Huge. Had a closet that we cleaned out. Beautiful pinks and purples in the Ottawa pics. Oh, that's awesome. There's Tracy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here. And did I see Laura come in? I did. That's our New York Laura. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. And I meant to ask you, do you still hear from Melissa? And how is she doing? I miss her yarn. Hey, Lorna, how are you tonight? So glad to see you. Did you get to see the Northern Lights where you are? Sweater for my granddaughter and munching on butter toffee peanuts. Ooh, that sounds good. Bet it's crunchy over there. Ooh, I bet those are good. Hello, there her is. There's the Sarah Bear. Good to see you. That is my PayPal. Sally Birch. Hey, Sally Birch is here. Yay. There's Shad. Hi, Shad. You know what the necklace is tonight? It's the cleaver with our bloody knives. Good to see you. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're here. Our friend Jan is doing some different things. I hope she's all right. I think she is, but I know she's doing a lot of different things right now, and so we don't see her as much right now, but I think we will. I think we will see a lot more of her in the future. Really do. Didn't follow the case at the time, but from what I've read in the book, Lee had more than a few screws loose. Right? Yeah. Just more than a few, and a record to go with it. Oh, you're at home tonight. Okay. Kathy's doing a granny corner to corner. Cool. Yes, y'all don't forget the thumbs. Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy. Good to see you. Laura's knitting on socks. Should finish, but can't do wrap and turns. Can't do wrap and turns? So you're not a, what do they call it? Short row person. Is that what you're saying? There's Bree. You made it. Working on a Christmas washcloth. Cool. Oh, good. Always feels good when you get one of those projects done. That's awesome. Hello, Annie. How are you tonight? Glad you're here. The first one you watched was whew. Yes. Yeah, we had some thoughts on that one for sure. That girl is a piece of work. Runs in the family. Mm-hmm. Maribel. Hey, Maribel, I got another headband. The music cozy that you told me about. I bought one. I have been using it every single night. And my daughter was saying, do you have a backup? And I'm like, no, but I need to get one. So I got me a backup today because if those little wires go bad, because I use it every single night. So just wanted you to know that. I had forgotten to tell you. Hello, Lori. She's sleepy, crocheting on your Ophelia Talks blanket cowl. Ooh. Okay, so is it like like the shawl, similar to the shawl? Hi, Janet's knitting. Granddaughter's shawl. Oh, isn't that awesome? Y'all need to do that. She says, she's just going to send it. You can finish it. Working on a hat, a birthday present. Oh, cool. Getting lots of wrap and turn practice on a half and half washcloth, alternating with a corner to corner moss stitch that's on the final decreases. I'm having trouble picturing that in my head. It's a half and half washcloth, but I don't know how they alternate. That's, yeah, I don't know. She said she'll finish it and send it back. Uh-huh. Doing well, but your back is out. Oh, girlfriend. I know all about the back stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you have a back brace? When I wear my back brace, it really kind of helps. And I alternate between the heat and the cold, as you know. She's doing good. Oh, if y'all talk to her, let her know I was thinking about her. Girl, come and get them. I have 2 stacks. 2 4-foot stacks of jars. I'm trying to find the phone number. There's a girl locally that wants them, but I'm trying to find her phone number. Oh, you did see it. Oh, that's awesome. Tammy says, everybody, hi. Hi. Your crime scene blanket. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Yep, you're on the hat kick. I'm kind of on the hat kick too. You do need a backup because if those little wires get, because they're inside, if they get messed up, I'm just saying. 3 blankets for your grandbabies. Oh, how many of you got done? She says she needs 11 done. She's working on 3. It feels like a math problem, doesn't it? I know it. Working on a shawl for your boyfriend's mother. Well, that's very nice of you. Hope it's in her favorite color. The half and half is knit. Corner to corner is the crochet. Oh, that sounds very interesting. I need to see this. Oh, the weather's causing back pain. Yeah. I managed a walk, but y'all won't see that until Sunday. I have the video ready to go, uploaded, and it's all set, and it'll come out on Sunday. It'll be a one where you get to see our walk from today. Inspired by Beatrix Potter books. Oh, I bet that is so cool. She's got 2 done and she's working on 3. So that's 5. You're almost halfway there then. That's really good. Sarah Bear saying hi. I know Janet Burgess is her favorite. Suzanne's here. Hey. Really? You visited there? See, this is the book club. We can talk about books. Visited the hilltop farm where Beatrix Potter lived. Has anybody how far have y'all gotten on our red pony? How far have y'all gotten on our red pony book? Doing a Ross hat. See? It's a hat kick. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is about fall. I start doing hats in the fall. And that's what I have today is a hat. Mary's working on Boggy Creek. Ooh. Ooch, ooch, ooch. Ooh, I hope you got that thing put up. Hey, put it in a compression sock. I'm telling you, it helps with the swelling. Compression sock really helps. I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks. Oh, how fun. That is so fun, Lori. Got to hear the baby's heartbeat and the kicks. Oh. Jolene has finished the red pony. Okay, I'll watch out for it then. I do too. I don't know what it is. Yeah, the countdown to Christmas. Okay. So I have started it and I've only got 20 pages in. Okay. So not very far. But I will tell you there's a movie. The movie is called The Red Pony, and it stars Robert Mitchum, and you can find it on Pluto. And it's really good. I started watching it, and then I said, you know what? I haven't finished the book yet. I'm going to finish the book, and then I'm going to go watch the movie. Okay? I don't want to have all those pictures of the movie in my head when I'm reading the book. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the book first. Okay, let me bring in my hands halfway through the red pony. Rosie's working on a blanket. Oh, well, just keep an eye on it. I know it's swollen, so keep an eye on it. That's all I can tell you. Ice it and elevate it, all those things. Ooh, Nightbot's coming in there strong, y'all. There's all my shit right there. Okay, let me bring in my hands. I'm going to go down here in the Kona. And I'm going to start talking about the book. This is the hat that I'm working on now. I'm using that reverb. Man, this is the 4th hat that I've used this reverb with. How fun is that I've gotten to use this much, because I did 2 full hats in just this alone. And then I worked it into that hat with the teal on the bottom and did the whole top of the hat with this. So now I've started a hat with it. And I'm just going to see how far I get. And then I will work in that teal on the top, the rave. I know, Nightbat, woo, he is on it. Okay, also, I watched a whole bunch of stuff. I watched Monster, the Aileen Wournos movie. I watched another one. I was going to write them all down, but then when I went back, I had trouble finding all the ones that I had watched. There was a documentary, and I watched the documentary. That one was, I believe, that you can find on YouTube, and it was the guy who had several interviews with her, and she would flip-flop back and forth between she was going to tell all, and then she would flip back to everybody was out to get me kind of stuff in these interviews. Craziness. And then there was one on the mindset of a serial killer, and so that one was all about hey Patty, that one was all about where killers, like trying to break down their psychological profile a little bit, which was interesting to hear the different experts talk about it. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and this is the stitch marker I got from Donna. I felt like that went really well with this one. And I've already tucked in my tail down here. And so I have marked right here where I started my row, just in case I lose my stitch marker, because I do that every now and then. Then I have it marked so that I don't lose my start. Yes, Charlize did a great job, didn't she? I don't know. I don't know, but that was really, really something. Both of them did a fantastic job. And both of them were much prettier than the actual real life people. Christina Ricci, I would never have actually called her really all that pretty, but she's much nicer looking than Tyra ever thought of being, and not nearly as masculine, or everybody calls them butch, whatever. She just did not show that side as much, I don't think. I felt like she was a little bit more feminine than Tyra, her actual persona. But she did a good job. Now, last time when I was talking about it, we had gotten up to chapter 8, and the author, and I always forget his name. If one of y'all know the name of the author, can you put it in for me? Because I have forgotten it again. I'm going to have something to drink real quick. Hold on, I got my cup here. This is my Trekker with my sticker on that sticker there. And the other side, it has my FiberFloozie one. And it's in 80s colors. We'll be doing, Solomon is messaging me. We'll be doing medicines here shortly, y'all. And then I got my coffee over here. So at the end of that, the author was talking about being in that area and covering the Gainesville murders of the college students in Gainesville, Florida. And he came upon this information about these men who had come up missing. It's almost donut time. Thank you, Joan. That is the author. Joseph Michael Reynolds, that is it. Oh, how nice. Well, thank you, Sari. I'm so glad you're here. Is it Sari or Sari? Thank you. Oh. Yeah, that Evan Peters said after playing Dahmer. Well, that's goodness. Whew, that one. That guy was just so sick. I mean, so sick, you know? Whew. I can't imagine. I have not watched that. I could not watch it. So Reynolds, we'll just call him Reynolds. How's that? Mr. Reynolds, the author. It is going to be a hat. It will be a hat. So Mr. Reynolds met with Detective Vinegar from the case. And Vinegar had some theories. And his main theories was first, someone was staging a breakdown. So like a vehicle on the side of the road, people would stop and then they would kill. The other theory was that it was two women, like a team, a tag team of call girls, not even call girls, but prostitutes that were doing the same thing, that they were flagging them down and killing them. They weren't far from it on that one. There were preliminary, he showed him preliminary sketches and descriptions of the women and he was trying to get him to write a story, but he wanted him to only write what he wanted him to write. He didn't want him to give too much information, yada yada. So he wanted it with the composites, and to tell them in the story that they were only persons of interest, that they were not actual suspects. And he did that. However, at the same time, there were other papers and other reporters that were getting wind of it. And just as soon as his story went out, the whole thing just blew straight up, and they were considered suspects and the whole schmear right after that. Okay, Annie, we're just getting started. There was an So I was trying to figure out, this was like 1989, 1990, somewhere around in that time frame when everything started to happen. All these guys started to, from like April through September, where these guys started to go missing or be found. The bodies were found. There was one that they never even found the body, never found it. They knew who it was, but they didn't find him. In November, they had a multi-agency meeting, and they were throwing around some ideas as to what they wanted to do, and they thought about doing a sting operation where they would put somebody out on the side of the road, and or having, like, travel the road where she was traveling, where they were coming up missing I-75. And then they said no, the logistics for that was just too much. It would be a nightmare, and it was too dangerous for the officers because they couldn't have people be there, knowing that she was killing even policemen, you know. So that was like, mm. And I was wondering, when Ailleen found out about that later on, when there was some interviews with her, the one I was telling you, that she said something about this idea where they let her continue to kill people. I wonder if that might be where that came from, where she thought that the police officers were letting her kill. 3 weeks and over 400 tips after all of their pictures were out and everything. It was tons of tips. Oh, is it time, bud? Okay, it's time. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to take my phone because it's fixing to go off too. I'll be right there. You ready? Let's go. Get it. Okay, medicines have been taken. Green toy is being filled right now. Oh, hey, Tank. Glad you're here, sweetheart. Hello, Sharon. Glad you're here. You think your towers are still not hitting on all cylinders? It could be possible. Bree is playing music tonight. Thank you very much. Yeah, don't forget to take your medicines. Absolutely. Okay. Where was I? So then we start to get into some of the leads. So, leads that came in eventually came in with names for the composites. And the names that keep coming up are Tyra and Lee. Those are the names that kept coming up. The first one was a guy named Billy Copeland, and he said that he rented a trailer to Ty and Lee. Now, something that I don't know if y'all know, but was released in some of the movies and stuff. It's not in the book that I heard, but I did see it in one of the documentaries where they would go out and shoot guns. Ty and Lee would go out. They had that trailer and they'd go out into the woods behind the trailer and shoot guns. They talked to a woman, and I must say that this guy reading the book did a fantastic job of the accent of this woman. But they talked to a woman who was a hotel operator, and she said that she rented to two women named Tyra Moore and Susan Blahovic. Blahovich. Now, I don't know if I've got that right, but that's what it sounded like. And she said that Moore had family in Michigan. Yeah, that's true. It is a narcissistic thing that they just kept letting her, they could have caught her long before and they didn't and all of that stuff. Absolutely. Oh, I done did it. Thank you. Oh no. I hope you find them quick. Yep. What? Y'all are all ready for that. That is crazy. It's only October. I wouldn't have thought you'd have it till the end of October or more like first part of November, the snow. Good gracious. There was an anonymous caller that said that Moore and Blahovich bought an ATV and that Lee would prostitute herself on I-75. So they're now, at this point, they were using even more aliases. Well, Ty did not use aliases, but Lee did. She had several aliases, okay? That's true. goodness. Oh, I hope so too. Oh my gosh, I hate that. Oh, Tank. I hate that. So now she's using the alias Cami Marsh Green. Now this is important though, because some of the evidence led back to Green. Now, in 1983, Tyra Moore was arrested, but the charges were dropped, and she was arrested for breaking and entering, but they dropped the charges on her. A woman who ran the motel where Lee and Ty were staying, her name was Mrs. McNeil. She had the dates, she had descriptions of the cars, she had times when they had money and times when Ty left and time when Lee was by herself, when Ty came back or Lee came back and Lee stayed there by herself for a while. So she had like these times they could collaborate with the other things that were happening where these murders and stuff were taking place. Hey, Cindy, glad you're here. Hi, Laura. Oh, I know it's coming, y'all, and I do want cooler weather. I do. I do, and I know it's coming, and I'm here for the cooler weather. Absolutely, I'll take it. You know, speaking of um, Melissa of Honeybee Knits, this is the cup she sent me. This is the Ohio cup. I don't know whether it says it. Can y'all see where it says Ohio? This is the cup she sent me. And I sent her a Texas cup. Just happen to be using it tonight. Y'all know I love my Starbucks cups. Oh, that was good. I needed that drink. Yeah, the cooler weather. I feel better when it cools down too. But yeah, it does hurt. The fall colors. Oh, yeah. I just don't have. I have a little more room. I could actually put some more cups up. So Lee, which was short for Aileen, she got a lot of family and friends called her Lee, and even her people she knew from the bars and all of that stuff, they called her Lee, which was just short for Aileen. But when she was using she even had driver's license for Green. She pawned things, and there was a fingerprint on one of her pawn tickets, and it matched Lee, but she was using the alias Grody. She had arrest warrants. Okay, now, of all of these things, you guys, there were arrest warrants going back to her teens for Lee, all the way back to her teens. There were burglaries, there was theft, stolen vehicles, shooting a 22 out of a vehicle, resisting arrest, forgery, assault, speeding, trespassing. Oh, you have it too. Remember when we were doing that? Yep. Oh, you want to get rid of some of them? Oh. Oh, you guys, all of your beautiful leaves went somewhere else, didn't they, Tank? Goodness. So eventually they started to put surveillance on Tyra and Lee. They went up to Michigan and they talked to people about Ty, and they thought maybe Lee would have followed her up there because they knew from that hotel lady, they knew that she had gone back to Michigan because Lee was staying by herself. They um, the woman with the accent she was Czechoslovakian, and she was able to tell all kinds of stories. That's what Jolene was talking about, where Lee did not like this woman's husband. And I think that she thought that Lee was at least part Czechoslovakian, that she had to get the names that she gave her and all of that. I think that she did that to get into this woman's graces. And I think originally, now this would not be in the book, I think this was from the documentaries, that she might have been like her parents were from over there somewhere. And I can't remember where. Anybody see that somewhere? Yes, she was never arrested for the prostitution. That's true. She got pulled out of a bar, and this is right before they arrested her. Right about the time they were doing all this surveillance, and right about the time that they arrested her, she got pulled out of a bar by Port Orange police. They threw her in the back of the squad car and they were talking to her. But they had undercover detectives there who were also interacting with her. So they had to call in and get the Port Orange police called off. And they let her go, and they let her go back inside the bar, and she started to pop off to these undercover guys. And she was telling them, yeah, they didn't have nothing on me. They thought I was that murderer, serial killer, that's popping off all these. And they were like, they just went along with it. And they were just trying to pump her for more information as much as they could get. And they followed her. She left there and she walked to a biker bar called The Last Resort. And the two undercover guys, they follow her there. They wait for her to go in, and then they come in later and they buy her a beer, and they're there all night. And they're trying for her to say something, just say anything where they could arrest her. And in the end, they finally decide. The other thing they had problem was they didn't know where Ty was. Ty had supposedly gone back to her family, but nobody had seen her, or at least they weren't saying they had seen her, so they didn't know where she was. And these undercover guys were wired. What they finally arrested her for was because they had gotten her that pawn ticket with the name Grody, but it matched Aileen. And they arrested her for that warrant for Brody. That's where I got to in the book, is to the point where they arrested her. And that, I believe that was chapter 13 is where I'm at now, is up to chapter 13. So I should be able to finish it before next week. I think. Put that over there. You're on chapter 11. Okay, well, you're getting close. Hi, Nathan. How are you tonight? Good to see you. Oh, man, things are falling down. That pin, that nail was not in there very good. Good to see you, Nathan. I'm glad you're here. Hello there. You're on chapter 11. Yeah, I'll have to go look for some more. Yep. Yes. And I mean, we're talking really, we talked last week about going to bed soon. Okay. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it when you come by. I really do. Yes. And she had hung out with bikers before. And that was in some of the documentaries that she actually was a biker girl. She would hang out in biker bars, you know. But that doesn't surprise me either because, they'd give her a bed. They'd give her a place to go lay down, and she, you know, I'm glad you did. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Shad was here a minute ago. So we've heard from Shad too. But there was one documentary I watched that was, or kind of like a movie, and I would swear to you it was a movie that Aileen must have approved or helped them to write the script for. It was almost like it was from Eileen's perspective in some stupid fantasy of how things actually went down. It was terrible. I can't remember the name of that one, but in that one, she was, man, I don't know. I don't know what she fancied herself to be besides that she met some woman on a beach and then she went home with her, and that wound up being the daughter of that man that she married, that older man that was rich that she married. And so her take on that was that you know uh she made something of herself, but then they didn't respect her because of where she had been, and she all this stuff, and then she stole his money, and then it was none of that happened. She didn't get any of his money. She didn't kill him. She didn't kill the daughter. She didn't kill the son. She didn't. None of that happened. It was really very made up. It was like if she was a badass telling the story. And I can't remember the name of that one. It was interesting, but it was awful. She did. Now that movie, the one with Charlize Theron and Christina Ricci, that one is Monster. I believe it's called Monster. So, okay, what else is going on? There's no trial this week. We thought we were going to have a trial. We really thought we were going to be, by the end of this week, Sarah Boone would be done, right? Or getting close to being done. Well, guess what? There was a hurricane. So now it starts next Monday. Yes, I did see that one. I did see that one. Yep, the hurricane changed it. Sure did. So her trial doesn't start till Monday, but y'all, I can't wait. I don't know about you, but I can't wait. This is going to be so good to have that done, won't it? Cheated by a hurricane. She was cheated by a hurricane. We were cheated by a hurricane. We were. Oh my gosh. Well, you have to, okay, you have to show, not show, we have to feel at least badly for the fact that she got a bad deal. Yeah, we have to feel badly. And we have to understand that that's a lot of why she was who she was. Sure. But she had several chances in her life to be different. Well, just being married to this one guy, you know. I know it does. It would be a good country song. Cheated by a hurricane. Should be a rock song. Cheated by a hurricane. Hurricane. Anyway, I'll stop. There is. Oh, getting into the suitcase. No, there's one of him in the suitcase. Hey, Sherry. Yeah, and we need a beer and some crying. Yeah. Do you need help? You working on it? You still working on it? Okay, you work on it. He's not whining for help yet. I mean, those videos, terrible. Okay, so that's new evidence. That is new evidence that just came out. They they have evidence that she used a bat on him. That came out in Discovery. No, he's on the green toy. He's not on the boat. He's on the green toy. He's trying to get whatever it is out of there. I think she did too. I think she threw it down the stairs, and they're saying that he was trying to get, his hands to try to move the the zipper, and she beat on that suitcase with a bat and hit his hands with the bat. And she's calling it self-defense. So the judge said, no, you haven't met any of the criteria, none of it, to come in with self-defense. I know, I can't, you know what though? He absolutely made the best decision he could make, because he does not want this thing to come back and bite him in the ass later, to where she could get off for not getting because of the hurricane, you know. Absolutely the best decision. Yes, and she refused to take the plea deal. She was offered a plea deal. We could have been, I know. Okay, here's another thing. Do you need help? You good? You want me to have it? Give it to me. Give it to me. Let me see. Oh, I see it. This is the green toy, y'all. Can y'all see that in there? Oh, what's in there? What's in there? Oh, it looks good too. You haven't actually got it all there. Yeah, they offered her, what was it? Was it, yeah, wipe the slime off your screen. I'm telling you. It was slobbery too. I'm trying to remember what they offered her. I want to say, was it 18 years? Thank you. I knew it wasn't life. They offered her 18 years. Yep. No, no, she said, not taking it. Yes, he did. Oh man, I tell you, 100 and more than 140 tornado warnings with Milton. They had almost 20 confirmed tornadoes with Milton. The tornado damage itself is going to be worse than the hurricane ever thought of being. There was a lot of water, a lot of people had to leave because of the water, with the tornado damage. God, just awful. Yeah, this is the 5th year. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know that he would have given her time served. I don't think he would have given her time served. I think 18 would be the 18. Good evening, Katie. How are you tonight? Good night, Nathan. Sleep well, hun. I'll see you tomorrow at Jan's if you're there. On purpose. She put on airs about how intelligent she is. Right? Exactly. Well, all of the criminals who think that they're so smart really ain't. Yeah. Well, I mean, he came in and he went out. That is for sure. That's what she said. See you there. I was watching Ryan too. What? You still didn't get it out? Oh, let me see. Give it to me. Give it to me. Thank you. Did you push it back in there? You did. You pushed it back. You got part of it. You could see his face. There you go. He got it to come out and then it went slipped right back in there. I pulled it so that it was across it and he didn't get it. But the audacity. Exactly. I haven't heard that in a while. My mom used to say those people had the audacity to recreate, was one of her sayings. Oh, what time is Jan? Jan's is usually around 3 o'clock, unless it's time change. If the time changes, then it's at 4. And we're talking about Jan Carruthers, you guys. That is who Jan is. Jan Carruthers. And she comes on Saturday evenings. It's usually around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Central time, my time, 3 o'clock. She's just a control freak. She is an absolute control freak. And getting that guy to go into the suitcase was the ultimate thing. She had him right where she wanted. I think she went and finished off the bottle while he was in there. Now she's trying to say, I was drunk. Well, yeah. You told us you were drinking. We know that. We already know that. I don't remember anything because I was drunk. Okay. Who drank all that? Because that's not a defense. Just saying. You too, Bree. You take care of yourself, okay? Well, she's got some kind of personality disorder. That is for sure. It's the hard to get along with personality disorder. There's that one. And there's the I think I can do whatever personality disorder. And everybody should I'm different than everybody else. I deserve all kinds of other kind of like, stuff that I want while I'm in jail. Personality disorder, whatever she got it bad. It's true. It is so stupid. Can it actually be true? Right? I know. I'll guarantee that what happened was he said that he could get in the suitcase. I'll guarantee that or because who plays Mr. Fiber and I have never played hide and seek. Start there. Adults playing hide and seek. No. Pretty sure that he said, I can get in that suitcase. Maybe she bet him. That's true. She could have bet him. Could have bet him dollars or it's a drinking game. If I drink this, then you have to get in the suitcase. Yeah, a challenge to get in the suitcase. Exactly. So you get in the suitcase. I bet you can't get in there. I bet you can't curl up in there and so I can zip you. It has to zip all the way. Yada, yada, yada. All of those things. All of those. I double dare you. Exactly. Come on. This is exactly what happened. And then she had him right where she wanted. She just left his ass in there. 32 years. Yeah. You and your husband? No? Well, I mean, not with our whole body. Certain kinds of hide and seek. Not with the whole body. Oh, gosh. That's what I think. And then I'm... That's different. Not your typical. Right? That's what you're thinking. I just said it. Oh, Lordy. I had to. We need laughing after this terrible week or two. Okay. No, that's peekaboo. Oh, gosh. Yep. Oh. Well, I don't know. I don't know if there's a law for it. Although at this point, it's called murder. Now, I think they're charging her with second-degree murder. Okay. Second-degree murder, I believe. There's not there. I think with second degree, it's not premeditated. She didn't set out to kill him by suitcase. Death by suitcase, you guys. You good? I don't think it's manslaughter. I don't think that's what they're charging her with. I believe they're charging her. Right. Intentional. I believe they're saying it was intentional, which makes it second degree. That's what I think I think that's how it's going. We'll find out when they when we can ever get to trial. We'll find out with the wordage. We'll wait for the wordage whenever they present their charges. Hi, Glow. Good to see you. In the den in a suitcase followed by that. Now, yo, I'm sorry. A guy died, okay? A guy died. And that's bad. But I mean, really. This has got to top the most ridiculous of cases. I'm telling you. I don't know. Maybe they would. She hit the suitcase with a bat and hit his hands. He was trying to open it and she hit his hands with a bat. Yeah. If you talk, well, there's a lot to meet the premeditation. There's a lot to meet that. And it can. Yeah, the decision to, yeah, but 103, Maribel says 103. The Sarah face, I know. I got her down. I've watched enough of her. Sarah thing down. It's real easy to look somebody like you're disgusted. And that's their look. That's the Sarah look. She's disgusted all the time. 1,000 weight. Had some dingers. Yeah. Okay. Menendez. So Peterson, Menendez, these guys never go away. They're kind of like Murdaugh. They just never go away. They are done with all of the Menendez brothers have gone through all of their, what do you call it? Shoot, I can't think of it now. Their plea deals, all their pleas, all of that stuff. They're done. They've run through all of that stuff. And now they want to get out, number one, either for good behavior, or number two, for being rehabilitated and new evidence. Yes, appeals. They're all the appeals are done. They say, then this is the only way that they could get anything done, would have to be new evidence. I just don't think it's there. I just don't think it's there. Was there something about Murdaugh recently? Because I don't know. I have not heard it if it was. Tell me what you heard. Got your head in a brace? Hands in brace. Oh, okay. Okay. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, she did not like representing herself. She openly said, "I do not know what I'm doing." Yeah, it does. Okay, the father was in the music business, yes. And he was the promoter for the band called Menudo. And one of the guys from the band Menudo has said that he molested him. And that supposedly is the new evidence that corroborates everything the guys were saying. But in order for that to mean anything, they would have to believe that that evidence, the evidence saying that they corroborated them being abused by their father, would have to mean that they, well, oh, they had a word for it. It's like some sort of, yes, but some sort of like mitigating circumstance or something like that in the reason why they killed them. That the reason why they killed the parents. Y'all, these were grown boys. If they were abused, I'm sorry, and then that's not right. But they were grown. They were afraid of losing that money that they started spending as soon as they killed them. So I I'm sorry, but at this point, I don't feel there's a lot of people out there who were sexually assaulted by their parents and they didn't kill them. They grew up to be regular, good people. You know, it, it's sick. It is a sick thing. If it happened, it is a sick thing. But the one son was out of the house. He came back and planned to kill the parents with his brother. Exactly. 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 And they had some cockamamie idea that their parents were going to kill them to keep them quiet. But they showed absolutely no evidence for that. None. So there you see, here we go. I haven't killed anybody either. Nope. Thought about it. There's a couple people in my life I've thought about it. But I've never wished anybody, I've been mad, but I've never wished anybody dead. Never even wished for them to be dead. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted justice for somehow for what has happened to me and other people in my life that things have happened to. I would like justice for that. I don't wish them dead. Might wish them to suffer. That would be all right. But do I wish them dead? No. Okay, what else? So there was the Menendez. Oh, and Peterson. God, y'all notice how creepy that guy looks? I mean, that is just. I don't understand this one at all. I really don't. I don't. I don't get it. Her hair was on the stuff that he used to make the bricks to hold her down. Nobody knew he had a boat. He had that one in his back pocket. He kept going out to see if they were finding her. He kept going out to the pier, to the where they were out in the water. He was afraid they were going to find her. He knew they were going to find her. He was more worried about the girlfriend not caring about him. I mean, there is no doubt in my mind Scott Peterson is guilty. No doubt. They have not had, there is no new evidence there either. None. None. Is that the sheriff? Right. Don't marry a Peterson. Is Wade Wilson, is that the sheriff thing? Have y'all been following that? Yeah. So far all those Petersons that we've talked about are creepy. Oh, the oil, not the sheriff. Okay. No, so what is Wade Wilson? Wade Wilson. Is that the guy with the Joker face? I couldn't even watch that one. That guy is so creepy. I just it everything about him is creepy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he ran a lady over, and yeah, the Joker face guy. Yeah, something about him in jail. What happened in jail? What was that all about? There was something new about him too. I do want to show y'all something I got. So, not long ago, I got some digitals. And I want to show you my digitals because I want to work on doing something with these. But I bought these off of Etsy. Okay. But look how cool these are. When we do planners and crafts, I'm going to do something with these. And I'll try to give y'all a link to these. Oh, there's a bunch of women who, yeah, it happens every time. Aren't these the coolest? I want to do a crime journal with these things. This one has all the meanings on it. So it's got incriminating, interrogation, modus operandi, arsenic, confession, stalker, rigor mortis. This one is all the serial killers with blood stains. This is the crime alphabet. A is for autopsy. B is for blunt object. C is for cadaver. D is for decomposition. E is for electric chair. F is for forensics. G is for grave. These are fun. It'll be perfect, won't it? Here's the meaning of the words. Bottom row of the kill. Who's in the bottom row of the killers? Ailleen? She is in there. There she is right there. There's Ailleen. How many of these have we done so far? We've done BTK. We've done Ailleen. There's Manson. We've talked about him. Ted Bundy. But we've only done, so far, we've only covered these two, right? Or am I wrong? There's Gacy. Yeah, I think we've only covered these two. This fingerprints and blood. These are cards. Wouldn't these make great ATCs? These would make great ATCs. Gun, poison, dagger, rope, poker, ice pick, axe, and garrote. It's the murder weapons. Aren't they cool? I do too. They're so fun. So I want to make something. I want to do like a journal with those. And then I wanted to show y'all. I put my name in my, this is the wrong. I'm going to show this tomorrow too, okay? But this is book club, so I wanted to show this. This is my book journal, reading journal. I wanted to put the names of the books in here, but there really wasn't enough room to write them. So instead of doing that, I wrote them here on books to read. So we'll go over all of that. I had to go in and put like on books where there's a whole bunch of them. I needed to write the names of them on here on this side. But these are all of my books. Now we have more books, but this is my personal collection. And there's only a few that I have not written here that are either CDs or on physical books that I have. Okay. So I have JD. These are books I have on CD. So I have JD Robb. I have Indulgence in Death. I have her collection 7, which has Visions in Death, Survivor in Death, Origin in Death. I have Stephen Koontz, Deep Black, James Patterson books, some of those. I have all the Odd Thomases. I have Lee Child's Jack Reacher, but I have only books 7 and 8. I have all of the Chronicles of Narnia. Then I have some woo-woo books, The Untethered Soul, The Power of Now, Pulling Your Own Strings, Self-Compassion, Chocolate Therapy. Then I have Scott Rouse's book, which is Understanding Body Language. Ooh, I like that idea. I like that idea, Lori. Don't let me forget that. Color code the books. That color goes on the spine to outline it in that page and color it in. Okay. I have them so that I can listen to them out here. I'm going to do that while I'm diamond painting. The Cage was her cocoon, which is Constantine Ailleen, friends with Anthony. I read her book in 22. I read that book. How to Solve a Cold Case by Michael Artfeld. Imperfect Justice by Jeff Ashton. Death's Acre, Bill Bass and Jeff Jefferson. The Night Stalker by Philip Carl. A Killing in Quell County by James Cole. When a Killer Calls, that's John Douglas and Mark Olshaker. When a Killer Calls. And then I have another one by them, The Anatomy of Motive. Killers of the Flower Moon by David Gran. Paul Holes, Unmasked. Ooh, I missed an L there. That bugs me if I miss something. Here's where I put my markers. That bugs me. I have to have my L there. We read that in March and finished in April of last year. I have The Midnight Assassin by Skip Hollandsworth. A Death in Belmont, Sebastian Younger. We Carried Their Bodies by Aaron Kimmerly. Deceived by Mike King. I read that in 2022. In Broad Daylight by Harry McLean. Yellow Bird. This is written by Sierra Crane Murdoch. She's an Indian woman who wrote that one. I think she was like a detective or a what do you call them? The one that like they find people. You're right, Lori. I certainly have enough of those colored pencils. Point Last Seen by Hannah Nyala. The Massey Case by Bob Thomas. That says boob. It's not supposed to say boob. Okay. His name is not Boob. It is Bob. Bob is not a boob. I have the Menendez book, the Burt Menendez murder book by Robert Rand. Stolen Innocence by Alyssa Wall. That is about she was a daughter of what's his name? The religious cult. The Killings at Kent State by I.F. Stone. The Killers Among Us by Colin and Damon Wilson. I have some good books, y'all. Hunting Charles Manson by Liz Wheel. Unsolved but No More by Ken Maines. I have Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. And then these here are all of my and Rule. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 physical books by Anne Rule. Everything else I have is, and I have not got my digitals on here yet. These are all the ones that I have here. And then I have Helter Skelter, which is the Vincent Bugliosi. He was the prosecutor, and Kurt Gentry. So I have some really good books. I printed some more sheets because I ran out. And on these sheets, I'm going to put the what I have that is in my Audible that I want to read in here. And several of the ones that are in my Audible, y'all, we have read them together. We've done them here. You have 12 Anne Rule. Are those physical? You have them the physical books. So these are most of the ones that I have by Anne Rule are the collections. So they're her crime collections. And she is the one that covered a lot of hers. You have them in physical books. I kind of stopped because I started doing so much Audible. Oh, goodness, Sherry. Well, that's what I'm afraid of. But I would like to pull out some of them and do book reviews on them and then put some down here that I would like to read that I have in my collection. I got a new one yesterday. Did you guys watch Nate Eaton interviewed, speaking of Anne Rule, speaking of her books, A Stranger Beside Me, about Ted Bundy? The sister, he interviewed the sister and her friend who helped write her book. And I got that book yesterday. And it is, what is it called? It's called Dark Tide. And it's by Edna Cowell. It's by Edna Cowell Martin and Megan Atkinson, and it's called Dark Tide, Growing Up with Ted Bundy. I got that one yesterday. If y'all are interested, this is Edna is Ted Bundy's sister. So that'll be interesting. I did. Yes, I have read that. I need to do a book review on that. It was so good, Chad. I know you told me for the longest time to read that. It is so good. I think we should do that as a side read here sometime. I really do. Yeah, her daughter's writing books. I haven't got any of her daughters yet. Has anybody read any of those? Has anybody read any of Anne Rule's daughter's books? And Lori, I looked at the wrong planner, and I haven't been able to bite the bullet on that. She put the planner out for 2025, and it has two different options. There's a dashboard, and then there's a vertical. And then, but when you buy it, you have to, anyway, we'll talk about it tomorrow. So many books to read. I know. And the movie was good too. Yeah, the movie was really good. There you go. I mean, let me tell y'all what I did today. Not today, yesterday, I think. You see that up there? This is what I had all of my knitting supplies in. I cleaned that out. And let me see if I can show y'all. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, hold on. It might be a little wobbly. I'll try to hold it straight. But over here, right there, those two drawers, I took everything out of that one behind me and put them in those over there, okay? Now let me change this so I don't make y'all sick. Whew, I know, sorry. So everything that was in there, except I left my eyes in there, my amigurumi eyes. I left them in there. But that means I have two drawers that I could put washi tape and stuff like that in. And I may reorganize some of what's in this one because I have some oddball stuff in here and put it up in that drawer. Okay, Tammy, thank you for being here. Yep, I like that stuff too, though. I do like that stuff. We talked about that the other day, Lori. Um, her name is Brown, Braun, the Cat Who series. Those are so good. Some movies are worth watching again. Okay. We'll see you soon. You take care of yourself. Um, so potato chip is like easy things that you can get through quickly, and most a lot of times it is like in a series, like reading the series of books. I am going to go too, Janet. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. I thank all of you so much for being here. I really appreciate you very much. Tomorrow we'll do the planners, and I wanted to be sure and tell you, I should have said this at the very beginning, but if anybody would like to be up here on camera with me while I'm doing stuff with my planner, I would I would welcome that tomorrow. I do have a few rules. There's no smoking, and you do need to be fully dressed. Try to be fully dressed, okay? Yeah. Other than that, oh my gosh, y'all can see Serbs. Let me show you the. He's on. He is now. He's on the bone. Oh, you can't see there. Oh, yeah. Now he's on the bone. He's right there. I know, but if I mean, I don't know that you will be up here for very long. But if you don't want to have your camera, it's okay too. If you just want to come up and say hello, and okay, Rosie, yeah, you got to have clothes on. Jammies is okay. Jammies are okay. Okay, you guys. I love y'all. Have fun today. I'm thinking about everybody who has been affected by the storms. And I'm thinking about you that are my pain warriors. Thinking about all y'all too. Okay. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend if I don't see you again. Okay. All right. See y'all later.